Welcome back. And in this video, we are going to go over the while loops, right? While loops. Okay, so what is while loops? Okay, I'll just give you a brief definition of what while loop is, right? While loop simply means why this condition remains true, right? Do this, right? That is the condition, right? Will continue to execute as long as the condition is true. All right, so I'll quickly show you what I mean. And let's say I have x is equal to 0, right? And I say while x is, let's say, is less than 20, right? Then I have my colon. This is actually the syntax, right? This is the condition. It's just like an if statement, right? This is the condition you have. All right, so while x is less than 20, print, I go on here and I say print x. All right, if I run this code, oh, this is greater than 20 rather, let's say less than 20, right? So if I run this code will continue to execute non-stop, right? Immediately I run this code is going to continue to execute non-stop. Why? Because the value of x is always 20, but here we are going to give it an increment by 1. Okay, so here we have initialized x as equal to 0, so we want to give x an increment by 1. So what do? Say x is equal to this x, which is this, right? X plus 1. Okay, so when I run this code now, you see there is an increment by 1, 1, 2, 3 to 19, right? So why do you think we didn't stop at 20? All right, so that is because of indexing and slicing, right? So Python indexing starts from 0. It can't start from 0. So this 20 you are seeing here is exclusive, not inclusive, right? So when I say, if I want it to get to 20, I can say y x is less than or equal to 21, right? So I can take this out of the loop, right, to get the final result. Okay, let's do something here and let's come down here and let's take this print x out of the loop, and of course we'll have the final result, right? So for the sake of this tutorial, let's just keep it where it should be, which is here. All right, so now we'll have x is equals to print x, and we'll give it an increment of x plus 1. Okay, so we can use an f string here, and we'll say f string. I'll say f, then the string, and we'll say something like the value of x is, right? We'll have our curly braces and we'll have x in it, right? So when I run this code, meanwhile, let's just make this like something like a little bit like 7. Okay, when I run this code, of course, you see the value of x is 0. So as long as this condition remains true, it's going to run. So if I do something like 100, it's gonna be insane though. Of course, you see it running, right? See it all the way. So until it gets to 99. As long as this condition, the condition we have here, is true, the while loop will continue to execute. Okay, so let's return this to 7, right? So now, how about if this condition is no longer true, what do we want to happen? Okay, then we can do something here. Let me quickly copy this and come over here and paste it. Right, so now we'll say while x is less than 7, let this print print the value of x is x, right? So now if we don't want that to happen, we'll have our x block, right? And how do we do this? We say else, right? Then what condition do we have? Remember, the else condition does not have a condition. The else statement does not have a condition. So what do? We just give it something, the output, right? So what should be the output? Say print. Say print, and here we have x, right, is not, or x is greater than s is greater than 7. Okay, let's run and see. All right, so what are we having? Invalid syntax x. Okay. and these have to come here, and then we'll run. All right, so here we have the value of x is 0, right? So when the value of x is no longer is greater than 7, of course we see that s is greater than 7, because 0, 1 to 6 is 7, right? And here we'll have 7, and here he says that x is greater than 7. So this is how we can actually run this code, and this is how the while block is being executed, right? So something I want you to work on, try this on your own self. Work on x is equal to 0, right? Then you say while x is less than or equal to, let's say 40, right? And we have our colon. Then say now we say x all right, let's say x plus equal to let's say 5, and tell me the answer. Then say print, right? I'm not printing out the answer, and print x. So why you work on this and tell me what you get. All right, so I will leave the link to this code, right, on the video, so you can have access to this code. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.